Good morning. Welcome to the Working Trader, where we are looking at forex pairs, Euro USD, GBP USD, a daily analysis, and coming up with trade ideas for the day. So we'll start with Forex Factory. So today is a Tuesday. There's no news today. So we had news yesterday, which kind of initiated a big move. So the expectation is today either might be a continuation or a bit of a consolidation. All right, in anticipation of tomorrow's news events. So we have Wednesday, a bit of we could call them medium impact. Yes, they are red folder, but medium impact in terms of volatility. And then, of course, the big one, which is on Friday, which is NFP. Okay, so looking at the charts and recapping the trades, the trade ideas yesterday. So looking at Euro USD, right, we were saying that the bullish, the daily trend is bullish. Okay, and we're expecting price to push down to this POI before we start looking for longs, or with the expectation that once the POI is mitigated, then price can start pushing forward. So however, you will notice that I had marked my POI at this bottom here, so it may have just touched by a pip or maybe just missed it. But however, all of this is a sell to buy demand range. Okay, so once price started reacting, you note that okay, we are in a demand range, so it was expected. Okay, and then looking at the 4 hour, at the 4 hour I had my POI at this level, which is the extreme pivot, right? Extreme pivot. However, price came in and mitigated this engulfing candle before this big imbalance. Okay, so as you can see here, that's where price just mitigated and then took off. Okay, but still, we'll be knowing that we are within or around the daily range. Okay, daily demand. All right, so you can see this area. Okay, is where we were expecting price to react to. All right, and then on the 4 hour, price did mitigate this POI and then took off. So this was a good trade. So either you could have taken it on the 1 hour or look for lower time frame confirmations and take a ride to the upside. Okay, now that the bias was clear. Okay, and then on the pound, same thing. My POI was this extreme. Okay, we're expecting the pound is inverse at this point. The daily swing is bearish. All right, and we had just mitigated this POI, so I was expecting price to push down. Okay, into this demand zone. However, it did not reach the demand zone. Okay, it did not reach the demand zone, but what it did is, well, it didn't reach the demand zone I'd marked, but we know that this is a sell to buy range. Okay, this is a sell to buy range, so it did mitigate the sell to buy and then reacted from it. So however, the supply we're expecting it to fail. Why? Because we have had one mitigation, two mitigation, and we've created equal highs. So this was a pool of liquidity that was simply waiting to be taken. Okay, and now as you can see, price did take that liquidity, so that supply area failed. Okay, that supply area failed. So looking at the 4-hour, we had this 4-hour demand POI that was nested in the daily. Okay, so because price on the 4-hour is bullish, so we had broken structure to the upside, and then we had this small, corrective retracement. Okay, so we're expecting price to mitigate and then continue bullish. Okay, and then again, it didn't quite tap into our demand zone. Okay, it didn't quite tap into our demand zone. But when you see a large reaction like this week, this very strong week, which shows a very strong rejection, then it kind of gives you an indication that, okay, there is demand stepping in and price is willing to push higher. Okay, so looking at 1 hour, so on our 1-hour chart, what ended up happening is we had demand here. I didn't mark this one. I was expecting a deeper mitigation down there. That didn't happen, but we had a strong rejection. And then when price made this low, okay, so after break of structure, we expect a pullback. So we had our POI, we had a supply marked here, and another one there, and this one at the top. We are saying we could look to get in on this one, or if it fails, then we look to get in on this one, and if it would fail, then we'd look to get in on this one. So on the higher time frame, on the 1 hour, obviously we didn't get enough of a reaction. Okay, we didn't get enough of a reaction on the 1 hour on this first one. So this one simply just failed completely. All right, and then on this one we had a reaction. So on lower time frames, you would have gotten a trade. I did get a trade, so I got a 3R up to there, and then before it reversed, which I could have taken another 3R going up. Okay, but nonetheless, so we are now bullish. Okay, so we're now bullish. So what we see is the internal switched bullish right there. So internal switched bullish, and then this POI. All right, the POI has failed, and this POI has failed. All right, so this is what we have now. Internal and swing. Okay, internal and swing are now both bullish. Okay, internal and swing are now both bullish, and then this is our extreme. I'm going to say 1 hour swing strong. Okay, so this is what we have. So let's look at today's analysis. All right, so I'm going to start with the pound. Okay, I'm going to start with the pound. So we've already mitigated the 1 hour, the daily demand range, and we've had a reaction. We've broken structure on the daily, and there's a void on the left. So my expectation is that price now is just gonna go straight to this supply, either mitigate, react, or it will go deeper, or even cause it to fail. Okay, and then we'll have a trend switch. Okay, and then we'll have a trend switch from bearish to bullish. So on the daily, right now all systems are bullish. Okay, we're expecting a bullish continuation because of the way price is moving. And then looking at the 4 hour, 4 hour is bullish. So our swing, this is our swing. All right, we had a breakout structure here, and then our internal has been bullish all the way. Okay, and we're continuing to break structure to the upside. Continuing to break structure to the upside. Okay, so now that we've broken structure here, expectation is that price will continue. Okay, price will continue bullish until we reach this daily area of supply. Until we reach this daily area of supply. So at this point, because we have broken structure, so we can expect maybe a minor pullback or retracement, and then look to go long. Okay, and then look to go long. So looking at 1 hour. So looking at 1 hour, 1 hour swing bullish, internal has switched from bearish to bullish. Okay, and then we're still having fractal structure breaks as well. So all systems are pointing bullish. Everything is pointing bullish at this point. So is price likely going to come back to this area down here? I would say, okay, so pretty much the 4 hour and the 1 hour, they would be the same. So I'm just gonna mark this candle before the large imbalance. Okay, so what we're looking at is is price going to come back all the way down here to continue going long? I mean, I don't think so. Okay, it could, but I would think since we've already had this minor breakout structure, if we break above these highs, I don't think price will come down, at least in the short term. We'll be looking to continue going up. Okay, so we already have this supply or sell to buy range. Okay, and price is mitigated and is already starting to react. Okay, so if you're happy with the trade idea, then we could be looking to go long from here. Let's see. So there's about 21 pips. I mean, of course, we still have room to go there. So if we're going for a 2R, 2.2, yeah, you know, this could be a trade idea. Okay. Or you might want to go to lower time frames to look for confirmations before going long. Okay. So that's it for the pound. And then let's look at the Euro USD. So Euro USD, the Euro USD is more bullish because the daily is bullish, swing internal is also bullish. We've mitigated a daily demand point of interest or demand zone, and now we're expecting that will continue bullish to take out these failure swings, and then this area technically has already been mitigated on departure. All right, this area mitigated on departure. So um, so what that means is we have our week high. So the expectation is that price will continue to take out that week high. So for the Euro USD, all systems are bullish. Daily is bullish, daily swing is bullish, daily internal is bullish. So longs are high probability. Okay, longs are high probability. And then so we had a break of structure, okay, on the 4 hour, or rather break of internal structure, right? So 4 hour swing is bullish. 4 hour swing is bullish, and then internal it switched bullish, right? And then switched bearish, okay. But we had a shallow run here, okay. We had a shallow run, just a close, and then immediately pulled back into the range, okay. So this could be, this internal switch was just to facilitate a swing pullback, okay, to facilitate swing pullback. So my expectation is that because we've mitigated this daily demand, okay, I do not expect a bigger retracement, okay. All these areas have already been mitigated and they've done their job, so I don't expect price to come back down there. So what we're looking at now is price has mitigated this daily demand and this 4 hour POI, and we've had a change of character, okay. We've had a change of character, or right there where we have a change in state of delivery. However, the important thing is we are reacting from daily demand, and now it's highly likely that we are going to be bullish. And here we have all this liquidity that's resting up there, so that's highly likely to be taken. Supply areas have been mitigated, so well and truly we don't expect any resistance, okay. We don't expect any resistance at this point. So just expecting price to just, blast through these areas, okay, blast through those areas and continue going up. So 4 hour, we are internal, we're bearish, swing, we're bullish, okay, and we are reacting from a high time frame point of interest. So all systems are bullish, going long. And then on the 1 hour, our swing is bearish, okay. 1 hour swing, bearish. We just had a bearish break of structure, okay. 1 hour swing. However, as you can see, all this trend line liquidity that's just waiting to be taken, okay. So we are reacting from daily demand, mitigated this 1 hour POI that's nested, had a strong reaction, okay. We started to see supply areas fail, okay. So this supply area failed. Now we are in this supply area where we've had a bit of a reaction. It's not a strong reaction, it's a very small reaction, okay. So expectation now is either I was expecting price to come down, mitigate this 1 hour POI, right? However, if you look at it another way, price has already mitigated the has come close to mitigating our supply, or rather our sell to buy range, Okay, so nonetheless, if we fail to tap into the zone, okay, into this POI or into this area, well, we've tapped into it. Okay, if I cover the weeks, week to week, okay, we've tapped into the area. So the expectation is that we are go for longs. Okay, the expectation now is we are go for longs. Now, obviously, there will be a bit of resistance, so the price may not just blast through this supply area. It might push in and then react. Okay, so if it reacts, so this could happen. It might push in, okay, and then react, take out this low, okay, but still respect this demand, and then finally, come up. So that's a possibility of what could happen, because this is a large supply area as well, okay, and it's fresh, mitigated, okay. So we will see when London opens how price will react, okay, how price will react. But the bias is clear, okay, we are bullish, we are bullish. So expect all of these to fail, okay, expect all of that to fail, and for us to just continue bullish from this area. So that's the analysis for today on both the pound dollar and the euro dollar. Expectation is clear, we are bullish, we're going long. All right, other than that, have a good day. Please like and subscribe, and if you are profiting from my analysis, please, I would love to hear that. Write that in the comments. Tell me how I am helping you. Okay, other than that, have a good day. Working Trader out.